Oh shit. Damn, they're still using that Konami logo. That's tight. Yeah, time to talk about JP3 finally. So this movie is basically the Thanos meme that perhaps I treated you too harshly. Cause to me, like every time I watch Jurassic Park 3, it gets better, and every time I watch Lost World, it gets fucking worse. I think because the shit's so old that like people just accept that like they think, oh well, Lost World has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score, so of course it's better. I defy anyone to watch both movies back to back and tell me that fucking Lost World is better than Jurassic Park 3. There's no fucking way, dude. Lost World is ass. To me, Jurassic Park 3 is like the closest, in hindsight, we can see it's the closest to the first one that any of the movies have come. The reason everyone hated it when it came out is because it was fucking stupid. The premise was stupid, and the characters were cringy. you know. Uh, but it's like it's the prequel all over again. Like the prequels, like they look better in hindsight because of all the shit that's come out since then. So yeah, JP3 just gets better with age. Is this supposed to be Alan? Is this the Coast Guard? An emergency landing where? Isla Sorna. Yeah, I hate that they're in Isla Sorna though. Like, it would have been cool if I want to see like the dilapidated park. The original park. Like, if all the sequences in the movie had happened in like, the rundown like Pteranodon area or the rundown Spinosaurus area, it would have been cool to see them like going through all that instead of just being on Site B again. I really like the titles. It has like the three and it scratches and then it like comes toward the screen. It's just like a Scream movie, like when they do like the fake like scenes from Stab or whatever. It's literally like what that title is. Whoa, another isometric Jurassic Park. All they could come up with was isometric or Park Builder games, which I'm about to start playing all those. Which, to be fair, like, yeah, Park Builder genre would be the first thing you'd probably think of for Jurassic Park. Oh shit. But yeah, I think it's better because, like I said, looking back on it, it has a good cast actually, and yeah, like, especially Taylor Leone is fucking cringy. I've never really been into her, but like, the writing is like, it's actually, like I said, if it came out today, it would make a lot of money because it's like, it's dumb like a lot of movies are today, and it's funny, or tries to be funny. Or what I'm saying is a lot of movies today try to be funny, but I think this movie is actually genuinely pretty funny. And it was co-written by Alexander Payne, who he directed that movie Sideways with the Giamatti. So you can kind of see that with like the William H. Macy character. I think the issue is like with some of the mercenaries, like Michael Jeter, like him and William H. Macy, I feel like they kind of overlap. They needed like a different kind of mercenary guy. Um, but they have a funny moment together later on where William H. Macy is like, he comes clean about lying about who he is. And he's like commiserating with Michael Jeter, and he's like, you're not really a mercenary, huh? He's like, well, I know. Or he says something like, I know some mercenary or some shit. And he tells him like, oh yeah, I like run a paint store, whatever the fuck he does. And he's like, you never can tell about some people, huh? And H. Macy's like, ain't that the truth? I thought that was a funny line. and this movie has like probably the only really like laugh out loud moment in all the whole series. Because I mean, Malcolm is like kind of the comic relief of the first one, but it's not something you would like guffaw at. You know what I mean? But watching this again, there's a great joke early on when they're flying in, into the Isla Sorna, and um, Sam Neill, Alan's little protege guy, he like turns to the mercenaries. And he doesn't know they're mercenaries yet, and he's like, "So how do you know the whatever their last names is? How do you know the Macy's?" And it's the dude. His name's Nash. I've seen this dude he's been in a bunch of movies. He's always plays like a heavy or like a bad guy or whatever. But he turns around and is like, "How do you know them?" And he looks at him. He's got his sunglasses on. He's like, through our church." And his delivery is just like, it makes me laugh every fucking time, dude. Yeah, like I said, the reason the movie sucks is because the whole premise of him going to the island for any reason, and like he goes just for like some money to like fund his site. Like, wouldn't he want like some money like for himself? You know what I mean? But like I said, movies today, they're all fucking stupid. So if you shut your brain off and get over the premise of why they're there, then you can start to enjoy the movie, because it's actually, fairly well written and acted, I think, and directed as well. There's no doubt that Joe Johnston is the second best director to make a Jurassic Park movie. Who is it? Trevorrow did World. He was supposed to be something, never materialized. And who did the other? Bayona, some fucking guy. Like, they all suck, dude. It doesn't matter. But Joe Johnston has he did Rocketeer, which I never really sat down and watched, but I know a lot of people love it. And he did Captain America, of course, which is awesome, and a bunch of other shit. Kind of in that like Spielberg, Zemeckis, all those guys that were making the big tent poles of the 80s and 90s. He was kind of in that group. Yeah, I would say one of the only really bad aspects, other than having to get over the premise, is fucking Alan's weird relationship with Ellie. They have him fucking going to her house, and she's married and has a little kid and shit. Why would you go to dinner with your I guess ex, technically, with her husband? What the fuck? And they have kids and shit? It's fucking stupid. They kind of talk about the gimmick of the movie, of how raptors can talk to each other and shit. Which, another good thing this movie does is it at least attempts to rehabilitate the raptors after they were fucking destroyed credibility wise in the last movie. So trying to make them smart was their way of trying to make them intimidating again. There is that one stupid part where they're kind of walking through the wreckage of some sort of checkpoint area or whatever, and Leone is looking at a fucking tube, and she sees a raptor head, and she's looking at it, and then it blinks and it pops out. But why the fuck would the raptor just have his head perfectly still and shit, That was dumb. Like I said, there's dumb moments, but overall, like I really like all the stuff on the water, the Spinosaurus. This is the only time that they've been able to make a cool rival for the T-Rex, and he has an iconic look, that like kind of red in the fins and shit. And I like the logo. It's a lot better than fucking Jurassic World blue bullshit. And the Indominus. And I heard in the new one, the fucking Rancor Xenomorph one doesn't even like. He's hardly in the movie, and he like can't move fast or whatever. I don't know. Unfortunately, the new movie sounds like shit, but I guess we'll get to that eventually. Oh yeah, and the movie starts off with a kid. I hate that they have to have a kid in all these movies, but like, he's actually not that bad. Like, he kind of looks like a bitch, but like, he has a good scene, like when he's talking to Alan about like how he survived, and they're talking shit about Malcolm. And at least they kind of like try and they don't explain how he could have survived, but at least they address it. Or Alan's like, I can't believe you survived 8 weeks out here. But he talks about how he caught the T-Rex piss. He's like, how'd you do that? And he's just like, you don't want to know. It's like, yeah, it's a lazy way to write off how he survived, but yeah, at the beginning he's with this fucking, it's not even his stepdad, it's like just the dude his mom is fucking, and they're illegally like parasailing. And I like the guy that's running the boat. He's like, I'll give you money if you make it good. And he tells him like, I get you close, my friend, but not too close, eh? He sounds like fucking Watto. He's been in movies too. I thought he was like a comedian or something. But it's stupid how like you don't even see like the pterodactyl attack him. But later on you see the camera footage that they were filming when they're all going through the jungle and shit. And the fucking wife, well, okay, the husband's stupid because William H. Macy, because like the dead body of the boyfriend like comes swinging out from the parachute, and she's all like going freaking out and shit. And then later on he's like, I know you're broken up over losing the guy you're fucking. And she just looks at him like, are you fucking stupid? I'm sad about our child is alone and missing now, and it's her fault because she was fucking this dumbass. And even H. Macy alludes to like, I guess he's like a carefree guy or whatever, and he tries to like kiss her ass and say it's not her fault and shit, even though it totally is her fault. Their kind of whole like coming together, working through their marriage, that could have been written a lot better. But I think the more you watch it, by the end of it, especially William H. Macy, he does a really good job of like being the everyman dad type character, even though he's like, a bitch for most of the movie. But yeah, and then yeah, like I said, it's kind of interesting that he has like a little protege guy, and he tries to steal the fucking raptor eggs later. And then at the end, when he's saving the kid from the pteranodons, I don't know why I'm calling him pteranodon. There's actually a dinosaur called Herrerasaurus, which is cool. What I was saying? Oh yeah, yeah, the dude, the protege guy, gets like fucking stabbed, like with the huge beaks of the pteranodons. And then I always forget that he just pops back up at the end later when they're fucking escaping. Like somehow he made it down the river, and they're like, "Hey, we found this guy." And it's like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, he's kind of dumb. I guess that could have been, his relationship with Alan could have been written a little better. But also, like, why didn't they bring that guy back? or that character back, you know, you know, in Dominion or some shit, they could have carried on some of that storyline, or in another movie, you know, because I mean, Chris Pratt's fine, but like, the new movies are just more whack. The more I watch them. But yeah, so they get to the island and shit and fucking get stranded. Oh yeah, and so the Spinosaurus, it's cool. You see him fight the T-Rex, and he fucking snaps his neck and shit. And I like that he, you know, hunts them throughout the movie. He comes on them when they're on the boat. He comes on them, and oh, and right after Alan meets up with the kid and they kind of reunite, the Spinosaurus shows up and chases them. Oh, because he has the cell phone. He ate Nash because he had the cell phone on him. Well, yeah, there's one weird looking part where, like, right after that, when they're running from the Spinosaurus, they kind of go hide in this like little shed, and it's like coming at them, and they're closing the door. I think it looks like a rear projection shot maybe, but like obviously the Spinosaurus, like, it looks like he's like right in front of the door, but then it cuts to a close up of them closing it and like putting a little lock on it. Like obviously the Spinosaurus could just like crush through the fucking little shed they're in. And yeah, I would say even this movie kind of, in every Jurassic Park movie, they want to have the like the look how glorious the dinosaurs are moment, you know, and it always sucks in all of them. But in this one, it's kind of good because it's earned a little bit because they've been chased by the Spinosaurus and gone through a lot of bullshit already. And then, you know, the sky kind of clears up and they get a chance to, like, you know, appreciate some of the dinosaurs. But then they totally undo all that with a fucking dumb, terrible scene that, like, I imagine, like, the studio wanted, like, an extra dinosaur in there because, like, later on they find the phone. They hear the phone. I guess the Spinosaurus took a shit. So they're, like, looking through the shit for the phone, and a Carnotaurus, I think they're called, like, walks up to them and like turns invisible for a second, I think, and then like just leaves, and they just they don't even say anything. They just kind of look at it and try and look scared for a second, and then you never see it again, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. That was pretty bad. Like I said, obviously this movie's not perfect, but like it's definitely better than the shit that comes out nowadays. But yeah, overall, like I said, I define anyone to watch Lost World and tell me what they like better about that movie than fucking Jurassic Park 3. It's not a masterpiece or anything, but I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I also have nostalgia for it because came out in 2001. That's when I first got a Blu-ray player. The first time I got a DVD player. So like that movie and Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes were like the first two movies we rented. And yeah, it was cool. Oh yeah, I guess the only other thing I would point out, also like the Spinosaurus, like the CGI is still better than what they do now, and there was also like they used an animatronic one when it attacks them on the river, and Alan has to call the fucking little kid. He's like, "It's the dinosaur, man," and he was watching Barney and shit. But yeah, like it's got a lot of production value, dude. In the way they made this movie, like I said, it's the closest to the first one as they're ever gonna get now, because now all the new ones are just mostly CGI fests. Yeah, I really enjoy Jurassic Park 3. It's a fun movie to watch, I think. It's impossible to porno. It's impossible to porno. Dude, I thought I found the key. This song sucked. The first one was pretty cool. This game seems cooler than the other ones, though. I just don't know where to find the key. I like how he shakes it. And the animation of him pushing the block, or the box, like he's fucking it, humping it. It's stupid though, like you don't use these other buttons. So why make you double tap to dash? That's annoying. Just have you hold a button and move forward. I already opened it, why is it hard to open? Did I miss something in here? I'm trying to push it. What the fuck? How did I miss a locker? What? How did I miss that? Raptor gonna pop out. This game's cool. It's like a Resident Evil game. Get blasted. So it's tricky because the gun doesn't fire where the target's at. That's just the direction it's firing. So I gotta get used to that. So now I can go through here. Whoa. Oh shit. They're mutants. Dude, fucking grab the thing. Oh, it electrocutes them. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Wow. It stays on the ground. They get up? What the fuck? Are you serious? But he takes a couple hits. It's funny. What the fuck, dude? Oh, you have to kill them all first, I guess. Where's my big med kit? What the fuck? I can bust straight through. I get to ride the bike now. That was cool. Oh shit. Yeah, pop a wheel. Whoa, it's like an Excite bike. Oh fuck. Okay. What? What is that? Oh, it's a kick. You could kick him. Fuck you, bitch. Why is he kicking the wrong way? Whoa, they jumped over it. Oh, bitch. Whoa. Damn. Busted his shit. What does that do? What? Oh, you fucking bitch. No. Oh, fuck. Damn, dude. It's fucked up. Nice, good shit. This game's pretty cool. It's better than I thought it'd be. Oh yeah, I didn't show it up. Boom. JP3. So there's like two other Jurassic Park 3 games on GBA, and they're like weird puzzle games. So like fuck that. This is the coolest one.